Welcome to the ninth seminar for English teaching professionals entitled Spice It Up, Innovative Activities for Your Class. Today, we have the honor of hosting Vanessa Munoz Ruiz, a distinguished educator who recently led an insightful workshop titled Empowering English Teachers with AI, Designing Formative Assessments Using Magic School. In this interview, we will summarize the key points from her session and discuss the importance of understanding how the use of AI, like Magic School, can support English language teaching and learning processes. Before getting into the actual conversation, I want to share some biographical information about our presenter. Vanessa Munoz is an experienced educator with a BA in English teaching and a licenciatura from the University of Costa Rica. She holds a master's degree in education and a master's degree in educational administration from Tecnológico de Monterrey. Over the course of her 25-year career, she has designed and delivered EFL instruction at both elementary and secondary levels, developing age-appropriate materials and integrating communicative, project-based methodologies. In her role as a teacher trainer at Universidad Internacional de las Américas, Vanessa has led workshops on technology integration and instructional leadership. She currently serves at UNED, where she tutors undergraduate courses in reading strategies, literature, and English for other areas, guiding learners in the development of critical thinking, academic literacy, and cross-disciplinary language skills. We will now get into the questions we have for you just to learn a little bit more through this brief interview. My first question is, what prompted you to focus on the use of AI, specifically Magic School, for designing formative assessments in the EFL classroom?
Okay, hi Trisha, thank you for the introduction. Well, first of all, let me tell you that I am an English teacher. I have been teaching in elementary school and high school for over 25 years. So I know how overwhelming sometimes teaching those levels can get to be. So when I first saw Magic School, I immediately thought about the great advantage that it can be for educators to make their jobs easier, simpler, and not as overwhelming. This is the reason why I decided to come up with this topic for this workshop so I can empower other English teachers to do the same and to find a wonderful relief for their workload.
Excellent. And for those unfamiliar, how would you describe Magic School and what makes it particularly useful for English teachers?
Well, let me tell you that Magic School was designed by teachers for teachers. So the advantage that it has over other resources that we can get online is that Magic School offers more than 80 tools that were basically designed for the education field, specifically for educators and teachers, not only English teachers, but also in other subject areas. So we can find tools that help teachers plan, design exams, quizzes, even practice for standardized testing, as well as games, vocabulary practice, um, you name it, many other resources. And instead of being, browsing around and looking for these resources everywhere, Magic Tool puts them together to assist teachers. So this is basically the main reason why I suggest and I recommend Magic School because I use it and I know how effective it has been in my own teaching.
Mhm. Wonderful. So, my next question is, how do you ensure that AI-generated formative assessments are pedagogically sound and aligned with students' actual learning needs?
This is a wonderful question, Chris, and I think that this is the key point of Magic School. And Magic School helps teachers to develop their pedagogical role simply because it's the teacher, the one that is in charge. The artificial intelligence in Magic School, it's just an assistant to the teachers. But at the end of the day, the teachers themselves are the ones who are in charge of their own designing prompting, elaborating, and analysis of curriculum and the pedagogical needs of the students as well as the context. In this case, we can talk about the curricular needs for MEP, for example. It is the teacher at the end of the day, the one who makes those decisions and not the artificial intelligence in Magic School. So, in that way, we make sure that all the activities that we present our students with are supervised and designed and evaluated by professionals.
Great. I mean, you touched on this a little bit, but it leads me to my next question. In what ways do you think AI can help make formative assessment more personalized, more efficient, or even more engaging for students?
Of course, well, teachers are the ones who are in charge of that. However, I can tell you that Magic School offers ways in which teachers can um, actually mm, change the activities, make them appropriate for the students' needs and context. I can tell you that Magic School can transform an activity to be adapted or adjusted for students with special needs, for example. So you take a reading, and Magic School can level it up so that it actually meets the demands and the needs of the students. Also, it takes into consideration the students' context, the students' ages, the students' English language level, as well as other important accommodations that some of our students need. And this is, something that has been really heavy on teachers. Like we have a room full of kids, but not all of them use the same materials or can adjust to the same materials. So Magic School assists these teachers to provide them with resources that can be easily adjusted for their students.
So, how do you envision the role of us as English teachers evolving as AI becomes a more integrated part of the planning and assessment process?
I think that the roles of the teachers are definitely changing, but we don't have to be scared or afraid of that. I think that the role of teachers is changing for good. In the past, or well, actually nowadays, teachers are overwhelmed with lots of paperwork, trying to satisfy the needs of many students in their classroom. They are teaching many courses, many levels at the same time. Magic School does the paperwork so that the teacher can actually focus on building lifelong relationships with the students, being in the classroom. They are now decision makers. They are evaluators of the activities they present the students with, rather than being, long hours sitting down, designing, typing, doing. Magic School can offer lots of alternatives for these teachers so they can leave that role behind and they can get into a more practical role to be there with their students, assessing, being there, supporting them, getting to know them better instead of, spending long hours doing what Magic School can do for us.
Great. So I want to just thank you, Vanessa, for sharing your insights on empowering English teachers with AI, with Magic School, and especially your expertise has encouraged us to explore resources such as Magic School to get a deeper understanding of how AI can support English language teaching and learning. For more information on the topics covered in this seminar, please visit our website. The details are available on the screen.